Alright, I just finished eating dinner, so I guess you technically know what to expect. Either way, episode 10. Episode 10, the thumbnail for it's interesting, and it looks like we're having some time travel shenanigans. I'm hoping it's normal this time because I don't want another situation where it's a season 1 thing. That was a bit too confusing, but either way. At least my favorite character is going to be maybe a main focus on this episode. I don't know. But if you saw the thumbnail, possibly, or maybe clue in. Yeah? Yeah. So we start off the episode with basically Alex's brother looking at his phone, at a picture of Alex. Yeah, he misses her. Makes sense. Alex has been, this has not been part of the series for a pretty long time. Technically, she dabbled here and there in season 5, but for the most part, she was not in the main crew like she did in the previous seasons. Everybody knows that Alex's birthday is coming around soon, and they hope that they can do something for her birthday, even though she won't be there. The thing is that almost everybody knows, at least outside of the realm of any villains, that Alex is Bunnix, and she's in the time hole, or the time nest. And while this is going, we finally see Alex in the new art style, the new animation style too. She actually looks the most normal out of everybody, which is saying something. She does look like she's been untouched, but she does seem like she is a bit slimmed down, maybe slightly bit taller. I know there's not a really good screenshot to actually show that, but it's kind of hard because I do think that she is just a tad bit taller. So yeah, that's kind of about it. A very short, sweet introduction. I think that this doesn't seem to have any high stakes, maybe. Pretty interesting. Season 6 doesn't seem to be in that role yet, so... I do want to mention one thing. You might be watching this, and I have not posted this on Wednesday or even a Monday. And the reason why is because I was technically out of the loop for a bit, and apparently a few things have popped up. Currently, right now, there is like 3 episodes of the season that are out already. 2 of them I already know, but one of them was basically after the ruler, so we will have a future episode to look forward to, not just these outside reruns. But the thing is that they're in English. I will be reviewing them in their native language with the English subtitle, so I can get those out early. And if you're okay with it, I will be basically doing a mini review of those same episodes once the English version comes out, just to see if there's any difference, and it just be like 1 or 2 minutes long, just to tell you any differences or not, while I get my original stuff out of the way and see if the rating actually changes from the translations or not. Yeah, that's kind of about it. And one last thing, I know there is a Miraculous special, Miraculous World Tokyo, and what I saw about it, we might be having some Gundam and Avengers type shit. So Japan and America. For a Tokyo one, that's pretty surprising, unless of course we might have a double special. I'm surprised we didn't get Miraculous World Rio or Brazil yet, because that was been hinted in this season specifically, not Tokyo, but hey, who am I to judge? I like to see some giant robot action. But enough about the future, let's talk about right now. And right now, Alex's dad is going to record himself a happy birthday video for Alex. You know, they can still send each other messages, I think. Maybe give it to Ladybug first. Unfortunately, this guy keeps butting in, well, 2 times, and it's because he wants this big pyramid to be removed. You get it? Because here's the thing. This is a real world thing, IRL, that there's a few people technically in Paris who do not like the pyramid because it is a technical dishonor stain to the original French culture. As far as I will say, for a summary, because I will not get too deep in the actual real life history, but this is a very funny thing, honestly. And I'm surprised that Disney decides to bring this again, because this happened before in this series. Now they're doing it again. Maybe they ran out of ideas. But then again, I don't know. Maybe the timeline thing will appear here somewhere. Oh, look at that. Nathan and Mark having a comic book about Bunnix. It's really cute. And it is very cute that these two are together. If you watch the Ruler episode, you know I like it. I do apologize if I feel a bit out of breath. I am technically recording this. I watched the episode twice because it was good. But yeah, I will basically, for now, I think I'll just ignore the bit that I was going to be doing, like a surprise thing. I actually forgot what the bit I was doing originally. But yeah, I am going to try to do this fast because I have other stuff to do. But thankfully, the episode, as much as I can remember, yeah. I watched this very early, and I watched it again yesterday. And today I'm just reviewing. Usually I watch the episode a few times on the same day and then do a review. I was very busy, okay? So I do apologize. So Marinette here basically wants to do something for, Alex's birthday, but doing this picture video thing, it doesn't seem enough. And then Ladybug from the future showed up. Bunnybug or Rabbitbug? Ladybug. I don't know. I do, and technically this is our first look at Ladybug in this design. She did appear like this in season 5 when she fused the Ladybug and the Bunny Miraculous together, but now we have a new design for her. I actually do like it. I do have another screenshot here, but this future version of Marinette acts the past Marinette, the current one. And yeah, this is where the confusion is going to be going, and I'm too sorry. I apologize for any background noise. I'm hearing the background noise right now. I'm hoping that noise suppresses that. Well, future Ladybug tells our Marinette the plan, basically just to have the idea of, oh, you're doing a picnic, yada yada yada, and basically just have her get the Bunny Miraculous, keep it safe, while Alex is basically doing her own thing with her friends at the picnic. And that seems like a great idea. Although our current Marinette, if I remember correctly, is a bit skeptical, but our Bunny Marinette here, the future one, says that everything should be okay. So now she'll call Alex. They explain the situation, and Alex is a bit skeptical, but of course Ladybug explained that it's her from the future who said that, so she knows, but technically it's something that maybe she won't understand because she didn't see Alex when the actual Marinette's there. And that kind of confuses the whole kind of timeline thing with the Bunny Miraculous. It does seem like that every bunny holder that has a Miraculous has their own separate time bunny hole. So yeah, that's a bit strange, but this seems to be normal. And this does mean the question, can multiple Bunny Miraculous holders exist in a linear timeline? Pretty weird. But I mean, like, maybe they all have their separate holes. Personal burrows. Like a rabbit. Alex does agree to this and gives Ladybug her Miraculous so she can actually enjoy a day with her family and friends for her birthday. And here's the full screenshot. This might be the thumbnail for the video, possibly. I have 3 different thumbnails. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to test them again like usual, but maybe on the next day, if you're watching this any other day, I might actually have it up so you can just rotate out of the 3. But yeah, here's our full design. I really do like it, and it is drastically different from her design on season 5. I like season 5's design. It's a bit more simpler, but I like the complexity of this. While its complexity is also very simple, there's multiple spots on her design, but there's a lot of black accents that actually kind of complements it. She has blue lipstick, which surprisingly actually fits her really well. And the bunny ears, I like it that the bunny ears actually look super fluffy and not just like props. I really do like that. I do like that change. And if you want to know, her hair, this is technically the normal light blue color. Marinette's hair is basically midnight blue at this point. It's not like blue anymore. It's just like midnight blue. But yeah, now you can tell the difference between her hair, because I think in season 5 and before, her hair was like this type of blue, certain lighting. It's a good thing we can actually keep that. Once Alex is basically at her way to the park, basically got teleported there, right? Thanks to Ladybug. Everybody greets, and she's just looking on like a spectator, like she should be. Ladybug texts Alia about the situation, just a summary, just in case. And Alia has come up with a plan to tell everybody that Marinette's not going to be there. Then Adrian got worried, but Alia told him that technically everything's alright, but Marinette's sick, yada yada yada. You know the drill. And while Adrian was a little persistent, the last thing he said, okay, maybe I can just give her a voicemail, and when she wakes up, she can hear my message when she feels better. Honestly, Adrian's very sweet. Now, Marinette does see the wholesomeness of this, and her instinct was to kiss Adrian, and she almost did, but she remembers not to mess with the timeline, and since she's in the bunny hole, she is not supposed to do anything outside of the hole unless extreme emergencies. So yeah, she controlled herself, which is something that the old Marinette would not do. Hopefully, people will understand that. So the birthday party, let's just do a montage here, or at least not a true montage. I don't have enough screenshots for that, but I'll just run it short here. So basically in the birthday party, a lot of things did go wrong, but Marinette just basically moves things a tiny bit slightly, just like rotating them or displace some other stuff, as long it's involved with the portal and there's a few second gap. Any changes that she does in the current timeline will not affect the whole timeline outcome in general, because it's a few seconds before the thing happens. And yeah, that's the rules of the burrow as far as I'm getting. As long as the displacement of each consequential action is only a few seconds apart, maybe like 5 seconds apart, then, the 5-second rule, then everything should be back to normal, or nothing catastrophic should happen. I would also have to mention that they did animate the pigeon pooping, and this poop is not white, this is inaccurate, but they, just like the marionette booger snot, which has the most animation in the entire episode for some reason, this poop is about the same, but thankfully, we don't see it as much. And this is the only time. It only lasts for like 15 seconds. Thank God it is not like 5 seconds of snot. The final one that she actually changed is this one. So Mark and Nathaniel were going to bring out a birthday cake, but Nathaniel tripped over a chocolate pudding cup that was on the floor left by the brother of Alex. And when he tripped, the cake flew across the sky and landed on Alex's brother. Yeah, it was kind of messy, and yeah, his perfect birthday present is technically ruined. Now Ladybug saw this and is like, okay, this shouldn't be too bad. I'll just move the pudding cup a few inches away. And she did. Everything was hunky-dory, right? And the birthday cake was normally delivered. Unfortunately, the thing is that she displaced the pudding cup, and the moment that Nathaniel is supposed to trip over the original place, it has been 20 seconds, not the 5 seconds that it's supposed to be. So, in consequence, the universe is trying to correct itself with the negatives. And that 5-inch movement of the pudding cup, well, first, the bunny goes to the chocolate pudding. The pigeon fights over it. Bunny runs away, making this guy swerve, crashing into the bus, and the bus swerved. The bus jumped off the bridge, broke the storage container carrier that somehow fits in this river, which we will not talk about. This giant spike basically hits the helicopter, which hits the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower hits the blimp, which hits the rest of the city, which the blimp crash lands into a city nearby, which that blimp causes multiple explosions across the world, which leads into nuclear fallout in the span of 5 seconds of the initial bunny. Yeah. So Ladybug noticed that she basically, caused the apocalypse. So she reversed time to put the pudding cup back where it was. So yeah, this is the original position. It was 5 inches. The pudding cup was originally 5 inches above from where she moved before, but she moved it back in place. So now the timeline basically resets to the point where Nathaniel trips over the pudding cup and the cake lands on Alex's brother, like it did originally. And of course, while it's a bit upsetting for Alex's brother, Alex takes the little envelope and basically opens it. And it's a pretty wholesome gift, honestly. And they hugged it out. Now the picture that Alex saw was basically her as a baby and her big brother taking care of her. And technically speaking, things didn't really change. The brother's still messy because of her food. It's really wholesome and it's really cute. I really do like this moment. It's just a sibling bond here. Remembering the past because the brother missed her and Alex just loves seeing that memory again. Unfortunately, there's something happening in the background and yeah, something bad actually happened. Marinette did say that she didn't actually touch anything this time. So was this just a timeline anomaly or something? Or did something happen or did Marinette actually do something? Actually, no. This is actually what the original timeline's supposed to happen. Somebody got akumatized, and if you didn't know, I think the episode already hinted at you who actually got akumatized this episode. Ladybug has to fix this, but she has a problem. Since she has the bunny Miraculous, she can't leave. So her solution is to basically get a Marinette from the future. Basically, the Marinette from the future so she can hold her place while the present Ladybug goes and deals with the akumatized villain. So she does that. But the thing is, the future Marinette kind of already knew that this is going to happen anyway. After basically splitting the fusion and giving the bunny Miraculous to her future self basically controlled the time to where she can actually spawn to defeat the villain. While the present time Ladybug asks her, is there anything that they could speed up the process? She says she can't, because if she does, it will affect the timeline, yada yada yada, all that stuff. So yeah, this whole thing, so the whole thing was actually pretty nice to see. And there is actually no timeline shenanigans, really. The only timeline shenanigans that really happened was basically maybe the possible confusion about which Marinette is which is something that I got a little trouble with. But thankfully, no timeline headaches, because we already got that problem out of the way because Marinette actually put the pudding cup back, so the 5-second rule can actually stay in play and actually did not affect in a drastic way for the universe to reset itself. Ladybug called Cat Noir, and they're going to defeat this villain. First up, they have to fight these Black Knights. Like seriously, they're kind of pretty dark knights here, right? But they're all just normal suits, nothing inside them, so they can just go ham on them. And then they went into the castle. Yes, there is a castle. Once they're in the castle, nobody's there. Then it turns out that the villain is the castle itself, and it transformed into a freaking Colossus. Like from that one Colossus game, I guess. The Shadow of Colossus? But the more you look at it, it just looks like it's like the Timu version of Light Gaia from Sonic Unleashed. You know, when Chip calls for all the temples and fuse them into a giant temple Megazord. It's like that, honestly. This is basically a transforming castle. Really neat. I really do like it. And every piece of it actually turns around, can rotate. It's actually pretty cool. And the thing about it is that in order to beat the villain, they have to destroy the flag that holds the Okuma. Now the thing is, Cap Noir did ask if Ladybug could call for more help, but Ladybug says that they can actually do it. She said this just because she wants Alex to have a good time. So both of them actually tried their best to do it by themselves. Unfortunately, the Akuma's villain gives them a hard time because every time they get to a flag, he moves the flag to somewhere else, a part of his body, and he keeps rotating parts of his body, so it makes it much more harder. To a point where both Ladybug and Cat Noir, while they're trying to go as fast as they can, after I counted about 30 times, Ladybug decides to use her Lucky Charm. I don't know why she waited this long, but yeah. The Lucky Charm's the rope, and then she ties up the villain with rope, and yeah, they destroyed the flag. Well, Cat Noir didn't really destroy anything. Ladybug was strong enough to basically just destroy a whole fucking castle into ribbons. Like literally just uses her yo-yo and destroyed the entire castle in one shot. Yeah. And then everything went back to normal, but the guy is still upset that he was able to destroy the glass pyramid that is disgrace to French culture. Ladybug did tell him that while this place originally without the pyramid is important to French culture and is technically the last home of the French royal dynasty, she did say that weren't the pyramids technically like the last piece of technical royalty of Egypt? And yeah, that's kind of true. The pyramids were basically the tombs of past Egyptian rulers. That's true. And the pyramid is made to basically be in honor of those rulers in Egypt. Also, this is a museum, so making a pyramid makes sense, And the guy gets it. To be honest, it's kind of a weak information, but let's be honest, this is Disney, so let's give them a pass here. After all that, Ladybug basically gets the Bunny Marcus back and going to get Alex back while sending the future Marinette back to her original timeline. Yada yada yada, new Hawkmoth talks and stuff. It sounds like Lyra this time. Alex returns, and she had a really good time, saying that the birthday party was basically the best birthday she has in her life. For now, at least. Ladybug Marinette, I should say, is very sad that Alex, while this was a good day for her, she kind of forgot how hard it is to be, the guardian of time. Because, well, she cannot see her friends or family for who knows how long, only can watch in the sidelines. She knows the rules, and even though she basically bypassed those rules, even so, just a few days, she just understands, and just remembering just everything, especially since the original Hawkmoth was gone, she should have called Alex back just so they can actually have some time together and she can be with her friends and family for at least a few more days, because there's no new villain at that time. But Alex says that that's okay. But if Ladybug wants to take the Buddy Miraculous back, Alex says that she should give her the earrings, because the thing is that there has to be, at least at one point, a Bunny Miraculous wielder. The holder of the Bunny Miraculous has to be a thing, or else the timeline might be in trouble in case of timeline attacks. And yes, that's true. Just like Ladybug is the guardian and basic protector of Paris, Alex at this point, her role is basically the guardian of time, which is a cool ass title, by the way. But yeah, Ladybug understands that it's too late for Alex to back out now. And let's be honest, Alex loves the job. She loves being the guardian and basically being a hero. Not to mention she can, visit her past, her past and future self, and talk with them, maybe just to play around with them. It's really fun, at least for Alex. Ladybug doesn't fully understand, but she does get where Alex is coming from, and she does like her enthusiasm and still has, the strength to move on and continue of being the Bunny Miraculous, despite all the downsides. So after giving Alex back the Miraculous, Ladybug basically looks at her phone and she sees Adrian's voicemail. You know what to do, you know what they did, and to be honest, it's a very wholesome interaction. And that's basically the end of the episode. Now there is a pre-credit scene, like there's a few seconds of a scene later, but this basically shows us current Marinette waiting for past Marinette to basically come in and tell her that she needs to look after the, Bunny Miraculous while she fights the akumatized villain. It's the same thing that happened just a few, minutes ago in the episode. And that's about it. Overall, yeah, there's nothing really much. There is some explanation and some hints about the time traveling power, of course. But other than that, it's just very nice to see Alex again. They know what they need to do. It's just it's a technical Alex episode, and it's Alex's birthday. And just seeing like Marinette having the Bunny Miraculous again, I do like the new redesign. And just having a normal episode of Miraculous. That's it. That's what I like. Quick, to the point, no heavy topics to discuss, just good old superhero fun. And of course, here's it. And if you didn't know, yes, Alex, like I think I said this in a season 5 already for my review, but Alex is my favorite character in the show. She's just so cool, and loyal, and blue. I'm just kidding. No, maybe not blue. I do like her design, and her current redesign is very much on point to what she looked like in, previous seasons. I do love that they did not change her too much. Also, I do like the new redesign they give for Ladybug and the time bug thing. And of course, I just like seeing it's good to see Alex back, even though she might be gone for another few episodes. But hey, there's no timeline shenanigans this time, so that's good. So overall, this is a super normal episode, and for what it is, I say a 10 out of 10. It's a very super enjoyable episode with there's no butchering of anyone's character. Super accurate to the original characters and what they were what they are currently chronologically. There's no stupid awkward moments. It's a very perfect episode, and this is the perfect Miraculous episode. Yes, there's no lore and there's no continuing story. This is technically, you can say, an episodic episode, as long as you treat this an episode that's after season 5. That's about it. Other than that, yeah, 10 out of 10. My name's Sampo. I'll see you guys next time. And next time should be a little quicker. I will be reviewing the Miraculous World Tokyo. The World Tokyo special is only in its original language. I will do a mini one for the English one, but I will watch the original dub, and I'll give you guys the rundown for that. Other than that, take care. I really love this episode. I really do. I think that it might not be my personal favorite, but this could flip-flop because it has my favorite character in it. And what can I say? I like something that I can just watch and enjoy and not think too much about it.